So I'm back, coming live from the ashes. Catching a moment. February 29th, 2024, around 11:34 p.m. And I want to touch base. I think this is part 3. Don't give me the line. It's definitely one of these parts pertaining to Black History Month. I wanted to follow up with the whole who invented Black History Month, who is it for? So I checked it out. I don't have my notes on me because I'm out in traffic, and I'm nowhere near them, so I wanted to make sure I at least get something in before the clock officially turns to March. So I want to get this in before quote-unquote Black History Month ends. And I got about 20-ish minutes, so I'm going to try to get a couple videos in. So I'm going to make this one quick. So, a guy named Carter Woodson created Black History Month. He actually originally created Negro History Week, something like that. And his whole idea was to get it nationally recognized, back in 1926. Him and a few others created it with this organization. It starts with an A, ends with an H. I can't remember, but him and a few others made it that, and it's been a week in February. The reason why they did it in February, the second week of February, is because generally Negroes, quote unquote, that's what it was called back then, celebrated the second week of February for Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass, who both have birthdays in the second week of February. So since Abraham Lincoln, as president, helped put together Emancipation Proclamation to end slavery, our ancestors at that time tended to celebrate his birthday during that week. So he thought it would be more like something, it just fit right to celebrate Negro History Month during that week, since we was already celebrating them at that time. Mind you, Frederick Douglass, we don't know exactly his birthday. He was born a slave, but he was freed too as well. So they celebrated his birthday February 14th. Side note, digress. Can you imagine that where you don't know when your real birthday is? I mean, if things are how it is now, scammers have a field day on that, because they're like, that's crazy. But I digress. So then eventually it turned into President Ford in 1976 decided to make it a national holiday, making it an official, quote unquote, legit holiday for it to be recognized in the schools as well. And it turned it from Black History Week to Black History Month. So if anybody wondered why it's on the shortest month of the year, it's because it was already celebrated only as a week, not as a month, but as a week during the second week of February, because again, our people was called Negroes back then, celebrated Abraham Lincoln's birthday, which was on the 12th, February 12th, which is the same as my uncle's birthday, February 12th. And Frederick Douglass, they decided to celebrate his birthday on February 14th. So, much respect to Carter Woodson. He was a scholar, historian, and he turned something from a week into a whole month up into this day. His story lets me know that no matter where you start at, if you have an idea or belief and you want to honor your people and you celebrate one way or another, some way, somehow, something, not just your people, but an accomplishment or a tradition, whatever it may be, I'm not here for that. But for here, we're talking about our people, quote unquote Black people, melanated people of the Americas, indigenous people that should be included officially as indigenous people of the Americas.
Oh, like the jacket? Yeah. Trench coats?
You know, it turned from something that it reminds me of Juneteenth, where our people were celebrating Juneteenth for many years, and then it was a few years ago where the president decided to turn it into a national holiday. You know, so the whole point is people ain't gonna recognize you or celebrate you or what you stand for immediately, but one day they might do it nationally. Whether they do or not, stand up for what you believe in, and you know, go from there. We see where it go from there. But hey, man, it's been a little bit over 5 minutes. I ain't trying to hold you up. I got something else to talk about. I'm gonna try to catch you on the next video. But one love shout out to Carter Woodson for being the one originator, putting together Black History Week and turning it to Black History Month. Alright, don't forget to love yourselves. Love yourselves first. You know what I'm saying? Start from inside. Be good to others as well. But start with yourself first and then go from there. Alright. One love. Peace.